everybody, we are going to use this as a review for sentence completion, fragments, and run-ons. Remember, in order to have a complete sentence, you have to have three things. You need a subject, a verb, and a complete thought. The second one, for run-on, if it's a run-on, it's two or more independent clauses not joined with proper punctuation, right? Or if they're joined with a comma, we call that a comma splice. And then a fragment is missing something. It doesn't have a subject or a verb or a complete thought, and you need to add what's missing. So let's look at the first one. Tom turned away from the visitor, just stared out the window. So the first part of this is a complete sentence. We do have a subject and a verb. However, just stared out the window, we don't have a subject. Who just stared out the window, right? So we're going to call this one F. This is a fragment. Number 2, irrigation has changed the desert. The dry places have bloomed again. I see a subject and a verb on both sides of the comma, but if you remember, a comma here isn't strong enough to hold two sentences together. This is a comma splice or a run-on. In order to fix that, I would change that comma either to a semicolon. We can add a coordinating conjunction, make it a compound sentence, or we can even make it a complex sentence or two simple sentences. Number 3, sports lovers dare the highest slopes. They seek adventure and excitement. Once again, sports lovers dare the highest slopes. Independent clause. They seek adventure and excitement. Independent clause. We've joined that with a comma. Once again, comma splice. Run on. Wrong. The invention of the printing press made books available to more people. We have a subject and a verb. This is okay. This is a complete thought. We have a sentence. Number 5, I sat in the car quietly, just the radio and me. I sat in the car quietly is a complete thought. However, just the radio and me, we're missing a complete thought. We're missing a verb here. This is a fragment. Vacation time brings relief, like resting after work. Vacation time brings relief sounds okay to me, subject, verb, complete thought. However, like resting after work, not a complete thought. What are we talking about here? We're missing something. Once again, fragment. Number 7, the doctor recommended a weight-reducing diet. Let's see, we have a subject. We have an action verb. What did he recommend? We have a direct object. Looks good to me. Subject, verb, complete thought, sentence. Number 8, she found her baggage. She looked around for her friend. This should be a red flag to you. If you see the comma, look on both sides of the comma. If you've got a subject and a verb, we can't join two sentences, two independent clauses with a comma. This is a run-on. We need to change it to either two simple sentences, a compound, or a complex sentence. Number 9, a mountain slide brought tons of snow, burying the village. Let's look at this one. There's some good stuff in here. So a mountain slide is the subject. It brought, what did it bring? Tons, direct object. I do see a comma here, but let's look on the other side of the comma. Burying the village. That's not a clause, right? So it's not a comma splice. This is actually a correct sentence because we have a subject and a verb and a complete thought. And we'll talk a little bit later about what burying the village is. I don't want to confuse you. But since it's not a clause, this is a complete sentence. Number 10, some of our rivers have been spoiled. The fish from the streams are not fit to eat. I see a comma here. Let's check both sides. Some have been spoiled, subject, verb. The fish are fit, subject, verb. We cannot join them with a comma. You can change it to a semicolon or two simple sentences. But however, the way it is written, it is incorrect. This is a run-on. Come see me if you have any questions about any of these, please.